Hey there everybody, this is Sandra Lett and I am going to experiment today with Floetrol, acrylic paint, and I picked this up, Martha Stewart. I didn't realize it was Decoupage, but it's durable gloss finish, so it's probably like a gloss varnish. So I wanted to show you the proportions. Here's a smaller cup, and I'm going to do the first section will be Floetrol, and then the next section will be this gloss varnish, and then up here the third section would be the paint. And I've got colors mixed. I mixed a pink. I use different brands here. This is the Apple Barrel, and I actually added a little white to soften it. Just a cheap craft paint, navy blue, and I added a little bit of white and black to tone it down. It's more like a denim color. A bright yellow, just a cheap craft paint. I don't have the bottle because I mixed this color up, but it was a light lavender orchid color, and I added a little more purple to make it a little deeper, but it's basically a lavender color. Another cheap craft paint, it's called Ocean Breeze. So that's mixture here. This is a Deco Art Americana Sour Apple. Mixed up. Deco Art Baby Blue, so it's like a soft blue. This is another one I mixed a color up. It was just cheap craft paint, red, and I added a little bit of blue and maybe brown to make it just a little deeper, so it's kind of like a ruby red or maroon color. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I also have, I'll use the end of a tube of Liquitex Basics. This is a metallic gold, very thick. This is strictly out of the tube with Floetrol and water, and I had to add a lot of water because it comes out of the tube really thick and clumpy, and you really have to mix this one good. So that's metallic gold. I have me a big cup of white, and this is Artist Loft Flow Acrylic mixed with Floetrol and water. I did not put the varnish in the white. And I do have a bottle of black pre-mixed, the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic in black mixed with Floetrol and a little bit of water, but nothing else in that. So, like I said, this was just a clear varnish gloss. So, Floetrol is what I use. Flood brand, and it's for latex based paints. Do not pick up the one that's for oil based because that won't work. This is made to go with acrylic paints, and I've put some in a squirt bottle just to make it easier. So I'm going to show you, I've got this cup marked. I'm just going to show you how to mix up my final color. I'm going to mix a brown. So I'm going to squirt the Floetrol in there. It's got kind of a small nozzle and the Floetrol is thick. So I'm going to take that off and just pour. Okay. This is just easier when you need smaller batches to put it in a squeeze bottle. Then the gloss varnish. Which looks white, but it'll be clear. So I'm going to mix that just a little bit. And then I'm going to put brown. This is Anita's. It's from Hobby Lobby. Brown, earth brown. So I'm going to put that color in up to my top mark. So you always mix your medium with your paint first before you add any water. You want to get the medium, like Floetrol and the varnish and whatever, to bind with your acrylic paint first. You don't want to add the water until this is mixed up really well. Make sure you scrape your sides of your cup and get all the varnish and Floetrol, everything, all blended in real well. And it's actually pouring off the stick pretty well, but I want it a little wetter, so I've got some water here. And I'm going to stir this pretty well. So this is not a dark brown, it's kind of a reddish brown. It's more like a sienna, this brown from this bottle is. And see, it's not totally pouring off the stick. It's just a slow, sometimes it is and sometimes it's slow. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'm not painting on canvases today. I have a project in mind. I'm going to paint on some thin plastic. And the reason being is I'm going to do a little bit of artwork on top of the pours once the pour is dry. And I want to do a horse silhouette. And it's going to be matted and framed as gifts for some friends. So I'm going to do it on a lightweight plastic, because if you do it on paper, your paper might curl up and things like that. So now it's pouring off the stick better. I'm going to add just a little bit more. You want it nice and fluid. Now it's pouring off the stick in a stream. And there's a clump. I got to get that out of there. Okay. Just a hint more. All right. And then some people use WD-40 or silicone spray. I have treadmill lubricant. It's 100% silicone. It's liquid, so it's easier to control by just putting drops in. And some people spray their spray into a bottle, so then they have it in a liquid form, but I just bought it right off of Amazon like this. So I'm not going to add it in the white, but all the colors I'm going to add a little drop or two, stir a few times. Okay. I'm going to try something along those lines again. I'm going to put a little purple first. Metallic gold. There's actually some gold showing through in that one. I want to see how that works. Red. Pink. Brown. Navy. Just a little bit of white from above. Right on my sheet. I don't know if you can see the sheet or not, but it's just laying on top of the canvas board. A little bit of white. A bit of red. Metallic gold. Brown. Pink. Brown. Navy. White. Metallic gold. When you get to the end of the cup and it gets those ribbon looks, I don't like that because it makes everything so squished together and linear. I like the more obvious shapes instead of these lines. That's just my preference. So, and the metallic gold popped out with the blue. That's kind of pretty there in this area. And I like the pinky area too. Okay, I'm going to do a white. Brown. Maybe. Metallic gold. Baby blue. Turquoise color. Back to metallic gold. A little navy at the top. That's really pretty just there by itself. Metallic gold is coming out right there, pretty. I'll leave this one smaller because I really like these cells, and I can do a good 5x7 from this area. Okay, I'm going to do warm colors. I'm going to do a drop silicone in between some layers this time, just to see what happens. Metallic gold. Red. Little silicone. Yellow. little metallic gold on top of that. Okay. And white. Purple. Blue. Turquoise. Baby blue. Green. And white on top. Some silicone. Pour a little on the edges just to try to keep those cells that are in the middle. I like them. The point of this is just to have fun, to play with your paint, just doing something that makes you happy. It's not a serious thing. You can just relax and throw your colors in and just kind of wait and see what happens. I didn't even really need this tray because I've been able to pretty much keep it on the board. I think that's the prettiest area right there. I didn't mix, to me, I didn't mix super vibrant colors, but for some reason, these colors on this video are seeming to not be so vibrant, and they're kind of muddying up a little bit, and maybe because it's not a white canvas underneath, I'm doing it on clear plastic. I'm going to do one more, and this one is going to be a swipe. I have this plastic tool. I found it from Home Depot. It's about $25 or so. But this is like plexiglass. You can clean it easily. It's not metal. Sometimes the metal ones can be sharp on the edges, and I like this because it's not sharp at all. And it covers a pretty good amount of surface, and I'll use it in all different kind of projects. But I'm going to swipe with this because I can hold the handle and control it. So, just gonna throw down some colors. This blue is kind of dull because I made it with a little bit of black and white to dull it down. So I probably won't do that again because it doesn't come out as vibrant. Right now it's kind of a blue jean denim color. Okay. This is going to make a big mess. Whoops. I'm going to put the plastic towards the end so I can make it go on the table. Oh well, not a nice swipe. Anyway, just playing with it. Okay, I'm going to leave this one alone.